What's up, guys? It's me, your boy. Wait a second. Wait a second. Aha. Hello. It's me, your boy. How fancy schmancy is this? Welcome to this very, very impromptu stream. Are we allowed to talk Elder Vale in here? No. No Elder Vale talk here. Because this has nothing to do with Elder Vale. This has nothing to do with Elder Vale whatsoever. So, I don't have much time, so I'm pretty much going to jump right into it. Hi guys, welcome, glad you're here. Hello. It's me, Chris, the Absolute DM, with a very sort of impromptu stream. I'm going to be painting this miniature today. It's this little gunslinger guy. I know the camera's not going to focus well during this, and for that I apologize. It's not going to be perfect. It's just going to get what you're going to get. And if I ever do these in the future, hopefully I'll have a better setup. But welcome. Last night during my gaming stream over on Chris the Absolute Legend, I teased the idea of doing a little miniature painting here for you guys today. And so we're going to do that. I'm just going to paint this guy up right here, right here in front of you. I'm not an expert on painting miniatures. But I know a thing or two, and we're going to try to do our best. So, yeehaw. I can focus the guy if I put him back here. Now you can see him in focus. I wonder if it'd be better if I, like, grew this screen. Like, if I do this. Is that any better? I sacrifice some quality for the sake of enlarging the focused miniature. Tell me if that looks good. Is this from the Critical Role line of miniatures? Heck no. I don't watch Critical Role. This is a Hero Forge miniature. Hero Forge is a website where you can make your own 3D miniatures. Most of us have dabbled in it. And this was 3D printed by my boy BB. Y'all know BB from the channel. One of the absolute friends. He 3D printed this character. This is a character that I'm playing in a, I've mentioned it a few times, a noir themed, almost like an LA noir feeling campaign. We are sort of investigators, like detectives. We're going around different cities and searching for clues and clearing people's names and doing all kinds of cool, freaky, mysterious stuff. Very cool. I'm going to be painting today. Tomorrow is the next session of that campaign. I had a whole month to paint this miniature, but of course, I'm absolutely god-awful at managing my time. So, I have to paint this guy before tomorrow anyway. So I might as well do it on a quick little stream here. This setup is extraordinarily, like, ragtag. Look, I got my keyboard split on both sides. My mouse is way over off screen to the right, but I've got plenty of paints over there and plenty of brushes right here. So we're gonna try and jump into it. Hopefully I don't make a mess, too much of a mess, and hopefully we can get something done. Again, I don't really know how to paint miniatures that well. This is my first time ever painting a miniature of this size, actually. So we'll learn together. I do know a thing or two about painting on 3D printed material. Again, this is 3D printed. Shout out to BB. Thank you so much for printing this for me. This is my character, like I said, in my LA noir-ish campaign. He's a gunslinger, an artificer, an artillerist subclass. He represents the old Western cinema flavor of the gang. So we're gonna paint this guy up right now. We're gonna jump into it. No more dilly-dallying. My boy BB, he did a little bit. He filed away most of the trimmings, the shavings, but you can see there's still some of these little diddly bits. So I'm gonna try real quick. Dang it, Kirsten, could you do me a favor if you're there, love? Can you bring me some tweezers so I can try to get these little shavings out of here? But I already went over this with a coat of primer paint. I took it outside. I sprayed some white primer on him already. So that'll help with the painting process, because one thing you want to keep in mind when you are painting on 3D printed material 3D printed plastic, whatever the plastic is called, the filament, whatever. It's very, very, very shiny, very glossy, very slick, and paint does not stick to it very well at all. I made the mistake of trying to paint a bigger miniature dragon, actually Tiamat, Bahamut. I'll actually show you on screen. Check this out, guys. Her head broke off, but here's a 3D printed monster I painted up a while back. So this is obviously a fucking massive piece. But something that I learned while painting this one is that if you try to paint on 3D printed plastic without primer, it doesn't go well. It's really tough to get the paint to stick unless you put on like several globs of paint. Here's her missing head. That's Tiamat, goddess of dragons. The goddess of chromatic dragons, I should say. Thank you, love. Appreciate that. So I'm gonna take some tweezers here and just kind of pick out these little shavy bits, these filaments. That way they don't get painted on, stuck on. Like I said, my boy BB, he filed this down a little bit, he said, but there's still some rough parts. I'm just gonna yank off some of these little stringy doos. These tweezers. Oh, someone asked, I think 5Cat asked, new fantasy playlist? No, it's the same playlist I've always run for Eldervale streams and all that. I started with different songs, though, in the countdown screen. I'm picking a few more bits off. Alright, that's about as good as I'm going to get it. If I had proper tools, there are tools for doing this kind of shit, you know? That makes it easier, but I ain't got that kind of stuff. Let's see if this camera. No, that's ass. All right, so let's start getting down to the nitty gritty. I'm gonna pull this up a little bit actually, and probably paint like right here. Yeah, we'll do that. You can see some shit on my desk. Sorry. Any idea when the next planning stream will occur? I have no idea, dude. I'm really busy these days. It depends on the brand material of the plastic. Reaper miniatures, plastic minis, and engineer them so you don't need to prime them. Well, of course, I'm talking about 3D printed from your own home. The default plastic that you just kind of the standard glossy plastic. I know that obviously 3D printers can use a variety of different plastics. I'm sure that there are some you can 3D print that make it easier to paint onto afterward. I'm not so sure about that. I don't know the science behind 3D printing, but this is just a DIY home plastic mini, not something that was sort of designed to be painted. But my boy here, this is Flint Rogers, by the way. This is Flint, the gunslinging artificer artillerist. He's got his gun and his little wand. But let's get into it. Let's pick some colors and let's get going. My wife prepared me a bunch of colors here. I'm gonna be using, what is it? Territorial beige. Territorial beige, and we'll probably lighten that up. Can I have some light gray? We're going off the cuff here, guys. We'll lighten that up a little bit, and that'll be like his coat color, maybe, like a light grayish beige. I've got this this skin tone color for his face. I've got some blues to make for his jeans. He wears blue jeans. He's a cowboy. His hat will be more brown, and I've got this nice. Check this out. This is gunmetal gray, metallic gray paint for his gun, and we're gonna do what we can. So the first thing we need to do is try to plan a little bit about what we're gonna do, how we're gonna paint this, because there's a lot of itty bitty teeny tiny details. I'm gonna have to use a tiny brush. This will be really hard for me to do. So what I might have to do is, you know what? I might have to move my mic up here so that I can really, you know what? Let's switch modes here. Fuck it. There. You guys can still hear me all right, right? If I do, how about like that? That's probably better. There. Audio quality will be down somewhat, but I can talk while I get real close. There we go. So, I think I'm gonna start with painting his skin tone on his face, because that'll be the hardest to get without fucking up later. His neck and his face. So let's start with the regular old skin tone. I've got my easel over here, my paint selection over here on the left. So you're not gonna see the paints super well. I'm gonna go with a small itty bitty brush. Here we go. Look at this. Look at these fine brushes we got. Let's get to it. Let's just go. I have limited time, so I'm gonna rush through this, guys. Apologies if this is not the ideal viewing experience, but we're just, you know, it's the first time we're trying something like this. I'm going for it. We're doing it live. Let's get this man's skin. Painted on, and we can be messy because it's the first coat. We can be messy. We'll get behind his hair if we can. There we go. And I apologize, of course, if the camera work is not ideal. I'm gonna try to blow on it to get this to drying fast. This is not gonna look good when I'm done with it. I'll probably touch it up later on my own time. This is gonna be like just a first coat kind of deal. So now that we have his skin tone, I think I'm gonna do probably his let's go down to his jeans. Let's go down to his jeans while we let that dry up top. Like I said, I did a primer coat already, which is really important for this kind of plastic because it's very, very slick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix. I've got a real blue and a summer sky. I'm gonna mix those together with a tiny bit of, oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. No. Look, better. I have this English navy, this really dark blue, and I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit with this summer sky. This looks way more blue on the screen than it does in real life. In real life, it's a very navy blue. I'll upload pictures later on the server of Legends, so you guys can see the end result of all this. But I'm gonna whip this over here. Look, I'm gonna do a little blob there. Little blob of this light blue. About half-sies on that. And I just use the back of my brush usually to mix these. So look, I'm just gonna do this. Like that. Get these off. Again, I apologize. This is gonna be very, very ragtag. Kind of just a stinky little thing. Yeah, this in real life, this shade is very, very, very like muted grayish blue. But on the screen, it looks pretty blue. You'll get the real look at it later. So let's go on with this. Let's give him some jeans. Some blue jeans. He's a cowboy, baby. We'll see how that looks as we put that on there. All right, I'm gonna have to reroll. Here we go. And we're gonna be a little bit more careful with this. It doesn't matter if we make a huge mess, but I am gonna try to be somewhat careful because I don't want. If we make a huge sloppy mess, it's gonna take a long time to dry. And I ain't got time for that. I ain't got that kind of time. So we're gonna get around his legs there. That's a pretty good color. Hopefully that dries to be the same color because paint often dries slightly differently. You know, its color looks different after it dries than before. Let me get this mic gain up a little bit. There we go. And this is just regular old paint, by the way. There are paints that are specifically designed for miniatures that have very, very, very small pigment particles. So the paint is very thin and very easy to apply directly to the miniature, and it doesn't glob up and make these big puddles. I don't have that paint. This is just regular old acrylic paint you can get at any hobby store or craft store, I should say, or Walmart. Walmart will have a much more limited selection of colors, of course, but it's just regular old tubes of acrylic paint. Nothing special going on here, guys. Again, sort of sort of my overarching message of everything I do D&D wise is that anyone can DM. It does not take a brilliant mind or a whole lot of money. So, I mean, in terms of Hero Forge, we had to buy the STL for this. We had to buy the 3D file for this, which is, you know, like $3 or $4 on the website. And of course, my boy has a 3D printer, and those are not cheap to come by. But in terms of the actual painting process, this is cheap stuff we're doing here. And speaking of 3D printing, guys, a lot of libraries actually have 3D printers that you can like rent or pay to use. You can bring your file there, go to the library, and you just have to pay for materials, I think. And you can actually get things 3D printed at places like libraries or shops or whatever. So if you want to 3D print something yourself, there are ways of doing it. Anyway, here we go. We got his pants on. Looking pretty good. Again, in real life, these pants are much more gray. On the stream, this is quite blue. Hold on, let me play with my color settings just for a second to see if I can fix the colors, because that's gonna bother me. It's gonna. I don't want to keep saying it doesn't look like this. And some people commented, by the way. Some people commented saying that this is a very tiny miniature. That's true. It's pretty small. This is a 1-inch base, but this is to scale, to D&D scale, where a 1-inch square is 5 by 5 feet. So this guy's a little over an inch tall, which means he's a little over, you know, he's like 6 feet tall. Oh, that didn't help at all, did it? Here we go. That's a little bit more accurate to what I'm seeing in real life. The color is very saturated on this camera. There we go. That's a little bit more closer to what we got going on. A little more grayish blue. Why'd you have to give him pants? Because he's got pants on. But yeah, here's him compared to my face. He's a small boy. Here's him compared to the Quarter of Legends, you see. So it's pretty. We're working with some small stuff. I mean, average size. He's average size, I swear. We're gonna do his. Ooh. What are we gonna do next here? Let me start this music. I kind of want to do his coat close to last, since that's the outermost thing, you know what I'm saying? You know what, let's get his hat out of the way. We'll do his hat real quick. That might be a good move. So for his hat, we're going to grab some nutmeg brown. He's got a pretty brown hat. But we're gonna lighten it up just a little bit with some skin tone. Actually, let's try that. Some brown and skin tone mix to make more of like a straw brown. Let's whip that over here. Here's my brown that I'm getting going, and we'll mix that together. It's a little bit grayish compared to what I want. I'm gonna add a touch more brown to that. Take it to Brown Town. There we go. I mix paints a lot, guys. Whenever I do crafts like this, I'm always chasing that perfect shade. I've gotten pretty decent at it, especially for like dragons and stuff, and you want that perfect shade of green or blue or red or whatever. I'm just wiping my paint on my shirt. I probably shouldn't do that, but fuck it. So let's do that now. I browned myself. Oh fuck! I didn't wipe off my brush. Ah, there's still blue. Water. There we go. And the skin tone layer that I put on at first for his face is getting close to drying. That's the advantage of using the paint like this, is it doesn't take long to dry. So let's see if we can get. Whoops. Can we center this? There we go. Now let's see if we can get this hat looking all right. Yeah, that color will have to do. If I really want to get the perfect color, I would actually probably add some yellow or orange to really get that cowboy hat brownish tan that I want so bad. But this will have to do for now. It's a little bit lightish, grayish tan compared to what I kind of want, but it'll do. I know the focus is really hard to work with, guys. Sorry about that. But I'll send you pictures on the Discord server later so you can see the finished product. And this is really going to be a rough job in general. It's my first time. I'm really not worried about being perfect. I kind of just need the miniature to look not like complete shit. So that's the objective. Almost done with this hat here. And we might need to come back and touch up the edges later after we do like hair and stuff. So that's fine. If there's a few smudges, it's fine. Especially where these like layers meet. Like no one's gonna be looking at the miniature from this angle. They're all gonna be looking at it from this angle. So if we fuck up the underside where the hair meets the hat, like that ain't too big of a deal. You feel me? But that's pretty good on the hat there. I'm quite pleased with that. Color could be a bit better. I kind of want it to be more brown than that. But it contrasts with the skin enough. In real life, you'll have to see the final product. It ain't too bad. Since we're on the head, Vine Boom. Let's get his facial features and his hair. His hair is like mine. Self-insert character in a sense. His hair is like a very, very, very dark brown, almost black. What's this guy all about? That's a great question, Fuckheads. Let me go into his character backstory a little bit too. In a minute after once I'm done with this next color. So I'm using some burnt umber, which is a very dark brown already, but I'm even gonna add a touch of black to that to really turn this into a dark, dark, dark brown. There's that burnt umber, which is a great color. It's very, very rich, dark brown. Because it's so rich, actually, I don't want it to be quite so, I don't want it to be quite so, geez, this paint is thin. Okay, let me get some gray. I don't want it to be quite such a deep, this one's closed too. Fuck. I don't want it to be such a deep, rich brown color. I kind of want it to be a bit more of a muted, because, you know, he doesn't have that L'Oreal brown hair. Add a touch of gray to that, because he's an older guy. He's like 37 or something, or 40, close to 40. And we'll add a touch of black, just a hair of black, no pun intended. Guys, believe it or not, black is a very fucking powerful color when you're mixing. You don't want to go overboard with that, but there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Just you know what? I might even add a touch more black. I will. Just a literal tiny fucking droplet of black. I want it to be almost black, but still technically brown. Come on, piece of shit. There we go. Maybelline brown here. Not quite Maybelline brown here. Touch of gray. There we go. Oh yeah. It's hard to tell on this camera, That is like almost black brown, but it's still brown. It's a little bit grayish too, so it's not like a rich, you know, Maybelline L'Oreal brown. It's a dusty blackish brown, which is exactly what I want. Especially because he's wearing goggles. Oops, sorry. He's wearing goggles, and those I want to be pitch black, and I want there to be some contrast. Now this is gonna be dicey. Do I have a finer paintbrush? No, I don't. This is the ittiest bittiest tiniest paintbrush I've got, and we're gonna need to put it to good use. Here we go. Let's see if we can get this going. What was your favorite part of the stream? My favorite part is when Chris talked about the color brown for a long time. We're going in real fine. They're real close. And we can go over the goggles. It's fine. On the front, because those are going to be after. Also, I saw Bro Trooper say, if it's good enough for the table, it's good enough, or something along those lines. Yeah, and then it's good. Exactly. That's my philosophy here. We're going real touchy. So let's talk about this character while I'm doing this. This is Flint Rogers, the mechanist with a mysterious past. He runs an auto shop called Flint's Hot Rods off of Highway 69. That was not my idea. That was the DM's idea. Leah. Y'all know Leah. Nobody knows what his past is, and I'm not going to tell you his past here because some co-players might be watching. But there's a lot that you don't know about this guy, aside from the fact that he's a whiz kid. He's a whiz with a wrench and a screwdriver. He's a wacky dude who got his hands on a revolver pretty recently, actually, so now he's officially a gunslinger. But he's got some spells, some tricks. He does indeed invoke the use of a sentry turret, an automatic sentry turret. So we are engineer gaming with this guy. But he's a Western boy. But has always been a genius in the areas of engineering and mathematics, which is very fun. Very fun to play a character who knows more about the world than you do. There we go. That's looking pretty good. And you know what? He does have a mustache goatee, like your boy. And Hero Forge does not have the options to add a mustache goatee. But maybe, just maybe, if I'm feeling spicy, I might want to try to scribble one on there, you know? What do you guys think? Can we pull that off? I think I can maybe give it a shot. Is he from alternate history America? Yes, basically. It's a noir, you know, LA noir, like I said, sort of themed. Lots of yeah, look here, say, you know, and the country that this game takes place in is called Sterling. It is fictitious 1930s USA. We're gonna add a little. All right, look at it. Here we go, guys. Add a little dab to his chin for a goatee. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's just gonna be a goatee, just the chin, no mustache. I know it's so hard for you to see the details there. I apologize. In the future, we'll get better streams like this, maybe. But there we go. Done, done, done. But he's not black and white, says Five Cats. It's funny you say that. Because the implication in this story, excuse me, our DM applies a filter, like a black and white filter, to the virtual tabletop we play over Foundry. And every once in a while, like a couple times now, some magical effect happens. In fact, we just are right now in the story. We're at a like a lounge, like a jazz lounge. And every so often she'll say, and it's colorful. And we're like, oh wow, colorful. And she's like, no, guys, there's color. And we're like, there's color. So she's doing this really wacky meta thing where the campaign itself is actually in black and white. But sometimes color shows up. So it's very cool. Our character tokens and stuff are all in color, so I'm not gonna take it to that in that direction per se with my miniature. I'm just gonna make him color. Why not? But it's funny you bring that up. No, we'll just make him in color though. So now I'm painting on his goggles, just a pitch black. In terms of personality, Flint's a real laid-back guy. Real friendly, bit of a chatterbox. He's got decent charisma on top of his intelligence. They say that laziness is the mother of ingenuity. Meaning... Or the mother of invention, I should say. As in, inventions are made because people want to be lazy. So they make things to make their lives easier. And that's the story of his life. He's a lazy guy, which is why he's so good at inventing things. Because he wants to live a lazy, carefree life. But now he's wrapped up in all these crimes and spooky, mysterious happenings. But Nora, the lady who has enlisted us, our contact with the with this organization that Flint is working for with his comrades, Edict, which stands for something I can't remember. Edict is a shady organization that helps people in need in various ways. They're very secrets. I know that. Oh, by the way, I apologize for this camera flashing. Ignore it. It's just a thing. This camera sucks. The reason why he got roped into Edict to help out is because Nora, the lady who is sort of our correspondent with Edict, has some dirt on everyone. She's got some grime on everyone in the party, including him, including Flynn here. So he's been blackmailed essentially. Is Nora to be trusted? Who could say? But right now, Flint and company don't have a choice. I'm gonna do his undershirt now. His shirt underneath his coat. He wears like a white shirt, so I could just leave it. But that's not, that's not in good form. You don't want to just leave something the primer shade, kind of stinky. I'm gonna go with some white paint, and I'll touch it with a tiny dab of gray, just so it's not like bright white. Because let's be real, are white shirts ever really white? Especially when you're an adventurer. You know what I'm saying? White shirts don't stay white for long, guys. So I'm gonna take some white paint over here. You can't even see because it's so white right there. That's the white paint, and we're gonna toss so this pewter gray. You know what? And even a hair of beige maybe just to like add that layer of dust to it, you know what I'm saying? Some gray. And a little beige. And hopefully what that'll do is give us a kind of an off-white. Ooh, that's very... That beige and gray really fucking stunk it up. I thought some more white. That really gooped it. What's wrong with Stinky? Not much is wrong with Stinky. It was funny. I've got a character in a one-shot, like, sort of offshoot adventure in this campaign. I play like a gangster. Like a, yeah, saying, you know, like a mafioso. Like, oh, the boss. Yeah, the boss sent me. Yeah. You know, like that kind of guy. His name was Stinky Jim. I love playing Stinky Jim. He was the one-shot character in a casino heist, which was fun. Ever tried prestidigitation to make those shirts white? That's true. That's true. Too bad this character I don't think has prestidigitation. Do artificers get that at all? I think they do. Maybe not though. All right. Now let's get real deep and dirty with the white, and we can be a little bit sloppy with this. I see that I got my skin tone up on his hair and it's a little bit fucked up, but you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. And this is gonna be very hard for you to see on camera, but we're just gonna run with it. There we go. Nice off-white shirt there. Cool. Sweet. I'm actually gonna touch up this black on his hair a little bit because I can see. You probably can't tell with the camera, but on our left, his right, where his hair meets his skin, the hair kind of goes up onto the skin a little bit, and I don't like that. I'm trying to push it real quick. Get a little bit more of that dark brown in there. There we go. Good enough. Hard to say. Hard to see for you, but good enough. Are you feeling the fumes? No, not yet, but probably soon. Okay. I think it's time to do his, I think it's time to do his jacket. Shit, man. So he's got like a duster, you know, like a brownish tannish duster coat that he's gonna be rocking. I might just stick with the raw territorial beige for this one, which is kind of the same base color that we used for his hat, but it'll be more, a little darker. Oh shit, I almost fucked up my camera. The difference in color between his hat and his jacket will be pretty insignificant. Be very, very close in shades. But it's fine. So here we go. Time to get real sloppy. And we can go pretty heavy with the coat here. Yeah, that's a nice color. I like that. That's good. It's like a leathery brown. On the edges, we'll be careful because we're gonna have to be real touchy with the edges. And if again, I'll repeat myself. If this were not painted over with primer, this would be so much more difficult to get this paint to stick on. You don't have to use primer in a lot of painting projects, but for painting on plastic, you bet your ass it'll work. And I just use a spray paint primer. Spray paint is really easy to apply, and it dries very, very quickly. I'm a huge fan of spray painting in general. Yeah, look at that. That's a good color. I like that a lot. You know what? Hold on just a second. Why don't I put up a fucking picture of this guy on the screen? It just occurred to me that I should put up a picture of this guy on his Hero Forge model. What a fool I am. That way you can see my reference. Right? Let me see if I can get this going here. I should have plenty of reference photos on my computer here. And then you can see where I'm going with this. One second. Here we go. Oh, by the way, I cosplayed this character. For my cinematic intro for him. I should show you guys that sometime. I made a cinematic introduction for this character. Oh my gosh, alright, you know what? Oh man, there he is. That's Flint Rogers, the mechanist with a mysterious past. I can't fucking... God damn it. Oh my god! Streamlabs, please, I beg of you to fucking work with me right now. Jesus Christ. It's really hard to, like... Streamlabs is really disagreeing with me right now. Sorry, guys. I want the full body picture, man. But yeah. Oftentimes, here we go. There, finally. I finally fucking... He will wear like a jumpsuit underneath. That's like his original look, is with like a mechanical jumpsuit. But that's the guy. That's him. So that's the kind of model I made a whole cinematic fucking like video introduction for this guy. And now I keep sniffling, sorry. Now let me get his actual Hero Forge model on stream. I gotta pull it up real quick. I have to pull it up on the website. I don't have a picture saved right now. But that's pretty cool, right? He doesn't have his gun in this picture because he didn't have one yet. But if I load here on Hero... Oh, god damn it. I actually used the engineer theme, more gun. You know, the... Hold on, I'll play it real quick. TF2 more gun. I played that in my intro for him. The NG is kind of my inspiration. So, here it is. This is Flint's sort of theme, one of his theme songs. This is the exact reference for the actual model that this is based on. Is right here. I have to pull up a fucking... Give me a second. Give me a sec. There. So far, So far, so good. And then this part comes in because he's kind of mysterious. There's something ain't right about this boy. It's fine. I think it's a video game track, so it won't be as bad. And if this gets pinged, it doesn't matter too much. Obviously it's copyrighted, but all it's gonna do is be like, you can't make money off of this video, which I'm not anyway, so it should be fine. In my normal streams, I usually don't want to, you know, my video game streams, I want to watch out for that, but on this channel, it's way more lax. Oh, they took it from a movie and got sued for it? Oh, fuck. Oh, so like, oh. So you mean it's not copyrighted by Valve? Like, Valve got it from somewhere else and they got in trouble. Okay, well, I'm fucked then. Oh, well. Whoopsie. Oh, well, we'll deal with that later. It won't be a big deal. Worst case scenario, the stream gets taken down or something. Or I just have to replace the music on that section, you know? And here's a cool thing. Sorry, I'm not doing this on camera. Here's a cool thing about normally you're supposed to do more than one coat of paint to make sure it looks very even. Well, sometimes you don't want to do more than one coat. Sometimes you want it to look uneven and kind of like a little bit ratty. This is a leather coat. It's not. It shouldn't be a flat, perfect, even shade of brown. You know, it should look a little dusty, a little worn, right? So I'm probably not going to go over this with more than one coat. And now it gets a little stinky. Yeah, they took a lot of stuff from things they liked, but that was the one that just really wasn't okay for some reason. Sniper's music. Sniper's music, I knew. That I knew. That was from, it was from an old movie or show or something. Not Ironside, but something like that. The da-da-da-da-da-da, that one. I know that the Sniper song I've heard. Some old show. But I didn't know that was the case with the NG theme. But now we know. Now we know. And I don't think it's gonna be matter. Worst case scenario. I gotta edit. I gotta mute that part of the video in post. There's gonna be a lot underneath the jacket that I probably don't get, just because I don't have the time or energy to really get the brush in deep there. Now my neck is starting to hurt from leaning down like this, so I'm gonna have to try to not take too much longer here. Here we go. Here, let me hold this out here a little bit. Maybe now you can see that. Again, trying to balance closeness and focus. You know, quality and focus. Juggling act. My paintbrush has like a bristle hanging out. You can barely see it. There's like a tiny bristle that's come loose and it's like hanging at the tip. And I'm gonna try to snip that. This is making it hard for me to control where I'm painting. I'm using fucking nail clippers to snip just the tippy tip. There's like one fiber. that's like flopping around and making it really tough for me to get the details right. You'd think that one fiber is like, ah, perfect. It is the ultimate fine tip brush now, but it's like, no, because I can't fucking properly tell it where to go. Alright, and we'll get real grimy between his arm and his hip there. Or his arm and his waist, I should say. There we go. There we go. Start over my playlist. And we'll go down this arm here. We'll get the gloves later. He always wears his mechanics gloves. Another stinky part here. It bothers me this is so blurry. But hey, we're just hanging out. Having a time. Ooh. Got a little sloppy there. I overlapped onto the shirt a tiny bit. Might have to go over that again. There we go. And then we'll go down by his pants here. Oh, missed a spot here. There we go. And in the back of his neck by his hair, there's a little bit of white left to go over. There we go. All right, let's see. Anywhere else on his jacket, aside from anything else we can get underneath, behind? You can see behind his pants there. There's some unpainted space. Let's see if I can fucking make something happen here. I'm trying not to make his pants brown. If you feel me. Come on. I know you can't really see what I'm doing behind his base, but I'm just trying to wiggle the brush in there. And that's as good as we're gonna get, I think, gang. He just shat himself. I just plopped the brush right over his beehole. I'm gonna try and go the forbidden jutsu. I'm gonna try and go between his legs to paint behind. There's one spot that I can't touch. Like I'm poking it between his legs to grab that little flap in the back. Alright. It's as good as it's gonna get, gang. It's as good as it's gonna get. So all we need now are his boots, his gloves, and his little gadgets. And we'll be done. And I have a hard time limit of 10 minutes from now. So I'm gonna whiz through this last little bit super duper quick, and then I'll say goodbye to you guys. Can you show us a bit closer to the ass? Here's his ass. Oh. All right, for his boots, I'm gonna go with. Do I have a glossy black? That'd be nice. Doesn't look like I have a glossy black. You know what I'll do though? I'll get regular black that I already have here. I'm gonna mix just an absolute dash of, you know what, actually, I'll go with, you know what, I'll mix gunmetal gray with it. Gunmetal gray. To give his boots almost like a polished leather look to them. So this black and this gunmetal gray gonna mix together. And it's still pretty much black, but it's a little bit lighter. It seems a little bit more of like a sheen to it, a little bit of a gloss, you know what I'm saying? It's not glossy per se, it's actually almost like, again, like metallic, but it'll look cool. It'll be a cool color, I'm sure. Oh, and the base of the token would be nice to paint too, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time for that. I just want it to be kind of like a blue. So let's get these boots done. Having the base be black would be cool, but for the base, I might want to do. Well, no, having base be black, I would not want to do actually, because then the boots would blend into the base, and that's not what I want. I want the base to pop, and for his boots to come off of it and be a different color. So I'm gonna be real messy with this. Kind of just go around like this, and then afterwards the base I'm gonna paint something else. Probably like either a red or a blue. About artificers in D&D, they can make steampunk stuff, or are they more like techno wizards? It depends on your campaign, how you want to flavor it. This guy is not really either. He's more like a mad scientist, his gadgets resemble like Fallout type gear. You know, where it's futuristic, but it's also like kind of shitty. You know? It depends on the campaign setting. If it's a steampunky setting, then yeah, absolutely. If it's more of a fantasy setting, it might be a techno wizard. Really, however you can blend sci-fi and fantasy together in whatever way works for what you're doing can work. There we go, that's one boot. I'm kind of rubbing the paint off of his hat by holding it there. I'm gonna try not to do that anymore. All right, other boot coming in. And then again, I have a hard time limit because I'm gonna start a D&D session. I'm a player. I'm a player in like 2 campaigns now, so I'm gonna be starting another session in about 13 minutes. That's the one where I play a bard. You've seen some of my doodles of that one. That's happening tonight, so I gotta hop off real soon. But we've got his black leather sort of mechanics boots. Looking real nice. And then I'll paint over the base around so it doesn't look like his boots are melting into the ground. And once I'm totally done with this miniature, I'll probably spray over it with like a sealer, you know? That'll have to do in the boots. Right, right. There we go. Alright, and boots are done. Yeah, varnish, something like that. I don't want it to be glossy. I would like to do a matte finish. But, yeah, like a sealer, varnish, whatever you want to call it. Alright. Now, he's wearing, like, leatherish gloves. I think I'm gonna use the same white that I used for his shirt, because it's kind of like an off-white. If you look at my picture there across, see what I'm talking about? See over there how I've got kind of like an off-white, leathery-ish gloves? I'm just gonna use, that kind of color for his gloves. Hold on, I have to figure out where his glove starts and his coat sleeve ends. I guess right there-ish. Oops. So we're gonna do his gloves like this. And we're gonna get real sloppy here, gang. Because I'm in a hurry. And then his other hand, where he's holding his wand. And his wand, I have it made in real life. You can see it there in the picture. It's like a square wooden dowel rod with a wire, like, coiled around it. So it almost looks like a techno wand. It's a wand, but it's got like an electrical signal with a wire and stuff. It's pretty cool. So that's what he's got here. I'll just paint it brown. Whatever. Alright, that'll have to do. Oh no, I somehow got... Oh no, never mind. Cool, done with the gloves. Christian Young here, painting. Wife and I are painting tonight ourselves. Awesome. What are you guys painting? Are you painting miniatures like I am, or more like painting on a canvas? Good to see you though, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I know that things are weird here with the setup, but you know, you can see what I'm working on. Pretty neato. I'll flash the model back on screen, the 3D model. Hold on, let me whip that over here. Bam. Bam. There he is. Looking pretty good. Pretty good. We need to get the belt too. I need a little bit of black and a little bit of gunmetal gray on the belt for the belt buckle. But we're gonna do the wand, the gun, and then call it quits. Let's get gunmetal gray. Well, first I'll just use let's use burnt no. Let's use some nutmeg brown for the wand. Here we go. Bam. Bam. Done. Easy. Easy peasy. Miniatures. Fuck yeah. I have the Monster Manual expanded third-party books from DM's Guild, and I have an STL printed out of a Hydralisk from the book. I'll post a picture in the Discord when it's done. Oh shit, that's awesome. That sounds super cool. Since I've got you, oh, I dropped him. Ah, it's fine. Since I've got you here, since we're talking about monsters, I showed this off earlier. I'll show it off again. I have a 3D printed Tiamat that I've painted. Her middle head broke off, but this is one of my proudest achievements in painting and crafting. Very cool. My neighbor 3D printed the parts for me, and this is resin printed actually. 3D printing with resin is like the superior. It's crazy. All right, now the last thing we need is that there gun. We're gonna hit it with the, where's my gunmetal gray? One of my favorite paints, gunmetal gray. Yeah, Tiamat turned out pretty damn cool, didn't she? I'm very proud of that one. I also have Bahamut. Oh, why don't I show you Bahamut? He's back here. You actually maybe saw him a little bit. Look, do you see him? Do you see Bahamut's paws? Right over there? Come on out, Bahamut. The chromatic, or sorry, the metallic, I mean. The metallic god of good and justice. Fuck yeah. I made those at the same time because I had them fucking battle in a session. In the middle of a player battle. It's pretty sick. The Platinum Dragon. You fucking know it. All right. I have to wrap it up, so I'm gonna really quickly paint this gun, and then I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna close this stream really abruptly. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Make sure to tune into my gaming streams on Chris the Absolute Legend, and to come to any more D&D streams I do in the future. I would love to do more crafting streams like this, painting or just making miniature terrain and stuff. I've got quite a few hot tips on how to make terrain pieces that I can share with you guys. I've done a few really cool bits of that, which I'll show off for sure. But right now we'll get this gun looking good. And you know what? There's like little filament scraps on the gun here, but I don't mind those because his gun does, the gun that he's going to invent, that is his techno futuristic gun, is probably gonna have like little wires sticking out. So if this looks kind of fuzzy, honestly, I'm not against it. I'm kind of for it. There we go. Got his Rudy Tooty point and shooty done, and we're going to take the same black we did for his boots, that leather black, and we're gonna hit his belt with it on either side of the buckle. Just a little. Ooh, that's a big glob. Hold on. A little smidge. Oh no! Ah! It was too wet. It dribbled. But that's fine. Oh, hot tip. The finishing touch of any miniature that you paint, if you get if you super duper water down black paint and just oops, camera cover. If you get super watered down black paint and then you just brush it over the whole thing, you'll get like a black wash finish that will that'll like seep into the cracks and add this sort of third dimension shading to it. It's very fucking cool. I might be able to show you an example of that if I can find a piece. But if you look up miniature painting black wash, you'll see what I mean. All right, and with that, we're done, gang. I need to paint the base later on my own time. But Flint Rogers, the gunslinging mechanist with a mysterious past, is pretty much done, ready for the table. I gotta touch him up a little bit, add some varnish or sealant or whatever you want to call it. But that's pretty much it, gang. It looks pretty damn good for a rush job in front of a live audience. I'm gonna paint that base like a bright red or blue, just something that pops off the grid some, and then seal it up. And but I might do that wash like I mentioned. But there it is. Good shit, guys. Well, again, thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna skedaddle and skadoot over to my session that I gotta play. But I love y'all. Thanks for watching. Go watch my gaming streams. Stay tuned here for more content. And have a great night. I hope you enjoyed watching. It was a really ragtag, hastily thrown together thing, but I think it was pretty fun. So, thanks again. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out, guys. Take care. Where's that outro screen? We'll just do the Halloween one. Maybe? There it is. Bye, guys. Love you.